Sharonda Williams, Para Waits. How are both of you doing today? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Great wallpaper.
Look, you got me in trouble with Ray because I had this wallpaper. I just want you to know.
Ray, you've had your moment. It's our turn now, buddy.
Very cool.
But one of the first things I wanted to ask you is this film is, everyone's underestimating everybody. Y'all had me stressed out watching this. I was just like, I don't even know who to root for at this point. But I wanted to ask to both of you, how do you make sure that you're not underestimating your opponent, but also too while keeping your pride in check at the same time?
For me, Benicio, you lob in whenever, but I think what's comforting is when you have scene partners like Benicio, like David, a director like Steven, you just let him worry about that. My job is to worry about my character and make sure that I'm available as an actor and in the moment and listening and, there. And I let him handle the bigger picture of the narrative and how things work and plug in and fit in. I don't think it's our job to know more than we know. Our characters don't know who to trust. We don't know who's doing the right thing or not. And we're just trying to protect ourselves. For me, pride doesn't really come into it. It's more survival.
Yeah, I think it's the same for me. It's like you just want to make sure you're in the moment. And sometimes, that your character is lying. And that's kind of like the only way to lie in movies, I think, is to tell the truth, even when 100. You're lying.
100.
So it's, but it's like, I think this movie deals with a lot of that. And the characters are really kind of like, they're very sneaky. And, it's just kind of like, there's a little bit of a poker game going on. No one is revealing anything, but we know that there's motives, and we hope that maybe they'll come together or hopefully turn to good. But you never know in this movie, and I think that's what makes this movie like an emotional roller coaster as well as a plot roller coaster.
No, it definitely. I couldn't even go to sleep last night. I was trying to go to bed on time, and then you had me amped up after watching the movie.
Oh, good. Good.
Thank you for loving my sleep deprivation.
Join the club. We're actors.
Yeah, we're jet lagged. Yeah.
But there's no stranger. Both of you have worked with Steven before. But I want to know, has that working relationship, has it evolved or changed from going from even traffic to going to now with no sudden move?
And I'm going to steal your answer, Benicio. I think that it's just gotten more, especially when we had to shoot under the conditions we had to shoot. And we were one of the first movies back, after the pandemic. So we were, dealing with these COVID protocols. It was the first time I had been on a set again. This movie almost didn't happen. It had already gotten stopped earlier, and we did it months later. So there was a real sort of a trust factor that was necessary. But, Steven had the same epidemiology team on this that he worked with on Contagion. We were really in good hands. So, yeah, I think the relationship took another step up because life or death wasn't ever on the table prior to this one. This was a real moment where we had to be able to trust him.
Yeah, well, Benicio, since Don stole your answer, I do want to ask you, because we get a little history lesson at the end of the movie that I didn't know about. And were you aware of all of the kind of controversy surrounding the car industry during that time, that little nugget that Steven fed us at the end of this film?
No, I wasn't aware about that in particular. I wasn't aware of that. No. And I thought that was one of the things that when you read the script by Ed Solomon, you went like, wow, this is really clever. This is very clever. It adds another layer that I think makes the movie even more interesting.
Yeah, I was like, we're going to get a history lesson too. I was like, we just got everything in this. But I want to thank the both of you for taking the time with me to speak with me. I appreciate you. I feel so honored to be able to talk to the both of you today. I hope you have the most amazing weekend. I'm sending you love and light your way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Nails on fire.
Thank you.